Because you'd like to avoid surgery, and what we're trying to do is just improve as much as we can, non-surgically, by lifting over here and lifting over here and getting the bump as camouflaged as possible. It has to be perfect, right? So it's not something but it's just, if we can get a nice improvement, that, it's always nice. So it's just such a simple little thing to do.
It's alright, it's fine.
How would you? Okay, got it. Yeah, let's.
No pressure.
Let's do it. So
we're doing lift.
Yeah, so we're doing lift today. We did a couple of sessions with Voluma. How long does it? After we do it, does it settle pretty quickly, or how long does it take to kind
I think it
of
takes
settle a little bit?
like 2 months. I think like it starts
to come
down
a little bit. Okay.
And I try to avoid like wearing my glasses because that like makes it come down fast.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm thinking, and Voluma is a really good filler. I want to see also how lift works as well for you, because lift, maybe, different fillers do people react to different fillers in different ways, and maybe lift will not settle quite as much as the Voluma. We'll see. But the Voluma is in good place right now, so just a little bit of a tweak.
Your orange gloves.
Oh yes, the orange gloves. Let's do the orange gloves. Okay. But in terms of like pain and bruising or anything like that, how's that been over the last couple of times?
The second time I didn't like have any soreness or anything. Like it was good, but the first time I did get a lot of redness.
Okay.
And it was irritating the second. Yeah. Right around here.
Yeah.
But the second time it was like nothing.
Okay.
It was fine.
Good. And then in terms of during the procedure, was it too bad?
Just the tip. It's like a little
tip is a little sensitive. Yeah. Okay, let me have you ice up here.
I got the filler in the syringe, small syringe.
Yep. Yeah, so we try to minimize trauma, minimize pain, and minimize any kind of swelling by having a really tiny syringe. And you can see the filler comes through the syringe nicely. And in this way we decrease the risk of bruising, decrease the risk of, it's more comfortable. The smaller the needle, the more comfortable it is. So back. Good.
Great makeup. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Drop your chin down. Down. Okay, good. This way.
Killing it, man. I'm it.
What?
She's just so pretty.
Yeah, she's got great, long, thick, like Vidal Sassoon hair right here.
All right, little stick here. And so the point here is to lift this a little bit and camouflage that bump a little bit, but not too much. Don't want to make a Roman nose. But even a little tiny bit of a lift is enough to make a nice difference.
Doing okay?
Do a tiny
Yeah,
bit
good.
right there. A little bit right there. And we're using barely any product. The nice thing about these fillers, first of all, it's the nice thing about these fillers is that they're reversible anytime. So anytime we want to bring them down afterwards, we can do that. And the other thing is that they're moldable. So I can really bring this into where I want it to be and mold it into place. So good. All right, that's nice. Now
That's really good.
ice the tip. All right, let's lift the tip just a little bit. And so the point is that here. Actually, take it down for a sec. The point is, if you can see from the profile, it's still got a little bit of a bump. It'd be nice if we can lift the tip a little bit, then that will make the bump look smaller. And it's all sort of camouflage and optical illusion, but it works nicely. As this comes up, this becomes more of a straight line and less of a turning down kind of contour. And as this comes up, we get, this becomes less, the bump becomes less evident. So go ahead and ice.
will look smaller.
Yeah, and the nose, when it goes, go ahead and ice over here. And when the bump is less obvious, then attracts less attention to the nose, and the nose actually looks smaller when it's camouflaged. Because the straighter the nose is, the more it blends into the rest of the face, and the smaller it looks. So again, it's an optical illusion, but it really works out pretty nicely. So if we can get the nose to be as straight as possible, it blends in more, and even though we're adding to it, we're actually making it look smaller. Okay.
So why did you choose noses out of all of the places to like, on the face to like specialize in?
Who?
You.
Oh. Why did you choose noses?
No, you.
Out of all the places to have a bump, why did you choose your nose?
I don't know.
Right. Okay. Well, nobody's done it before. This was 15 years ago. This was uncharted territory. Nobody had ever done this before, really. And I mean, people have done it a long time ago using like silicone, but I had never heard of anything like that being done. So I thought, well, here are these new tools that just became available. Wouldn't it be interesting to use them for something like this and see?
And so, why does it take a couple of treatments for it to like finally stick?
Well, it's just the stuff.
For like a year and a half or however long it's supposed to.
Hyaluronic acid is it's a gel, right? And so as it goes in under the skin, and it lifts the skin, but after it's injected, there's a little bit of settling that happens, and when it settles, I just want to make sure it doesn't bruise here. When there's always going to be a little bit of settling, and so that's why I bring people back just to take a look at it. And the nose is because it's right in the middle of your face, variation by a millimeter this way or a millimeter that way really counts. So you can really see the aesthetic effect. So you have to be really precise when you're doing this procedure. In terms of the bump being evident, it's not nearly as noticeable. So I like that. I think this is nice, and it's still kind of, you don't lose your identity.
Never.
Cold.
Like never.
Never. That's right. We can give her a gauze
Of
to
course.
hold to make sure she doesn't
You got it.
she doesn't get a bruise.
Yeah. Yeah. So just hold here. Or do you want her to hold lower?
Huh? Oh, here. Let me see. Oop. Let me see this for a sec. Just hold that right here, just to make sure. And so one of the things that we do to make sure that people are comfortable during the procedure is, if you saw like tapping on the other side of the shoulder, and as I'm injecting, somebody's tapping like this, and it's a distraction technique to keep people's attention away from the needle that's coming at your face. So nobody wants to be concentrating on that. And then the important thing is that people breathe, because if we get people passing out because all the time, and the reason they're passing out is not because what we do is so horrible, because you can see it's not that big a deal, but it's just people get stressed, and so they hold their breath and they pass out. So we don't want anyone passing out.
Not today.
All right.
That's right. So we always want people to be breathing. And then after we're done, we get to look out on the nice view, and it's all very calming.
Come see us.
Come see us and see the
Actually, looks
view.
really cool today. It's really
Yeah,
clear.
It's really clear today. It's nice.
All right.
So-
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Dr.
So another
Rifkin.
non-surgical nose job
Thank
from
you.
Dr. Rifkin. See you guys.